Hello, everybody.
Perfect. Thank you.
Welcome to the Transatlantic Rebels podcast, where we talk about movies, TV shows, music, books, and occasional bonus features on cryptocurrency, world affairs, and more. In-depth reviews for deeper minds from both sides of the Atlantic.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this episode of the Transatlantic Rebels podcast. I can't speak properly.
We've been speaking
for so long now.
You know what that brought to my mind when you did that? It brought to mind that crazy ass song from the mid 2000s, Arab Money from Busta Rhymes.
Oh no, no! That got banned. That was on the original Busta album, and it's so offensive. They took it off.
I saw that video recently. I was like, "Yo, this is so racist." I was like, "It's so ridiculously racist."
So racist,
and people are bobbing to it. I was like, "How did this get out?"
Yeah. Okay. Listen. To be clear, I was not doing Arab Money by Busta Rhymes. Arab Money, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, welcome to the bloody episode. Right. So this time, as part of our 10th anniversary, we're usually better at this at intros, but as part of our 10th anniversary, now we've done The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day, huge, colossal films. Now we're going to talk about two of the best or most important albums, really, of 2026.
Absolutely.
So we've got Charli XCX, which is music, fashion, film. And we've got Madonna, Confessions 2. These are my confessions.
Okay, Usher Raymond.
Okay, so let's start off with Madonna, actually, because she's older. So,
my god,
listen. Well, okay, everyone is raving about this Madonna album. Mm-hmm. This is my Odyssey moment where I'm like, I think it's a really good album, definitely. Yes. Yeah, I think people are going slightly overboard, and
I don't think so.
to the point,
okay,
where I feel like they're patronizing Madonna, right? And they're like, "This is her best album for 2 decades." I'm like, "Well, it's not."
No, I get mad about that. That's why I get mad. That's why I get mad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, there's not really much competition there, right? So, I do think this is a surprisingly good album for sure, I definitely like it. I don't love it. Yet, I hope that moment comes to me.
Yeah,
but for me, it has sacrificed like an overall feel for the highs and lows of Madonna at her best, and I would have taken the highs and lows over this personally. I actually think Confessions #1 is like a highs and lows album. Yeah, I think it's incredibly consistent throughout, but there are some absolutely stunning highs that kind of break through for me, and in this album, I don't feel there are too many songs that really break through for me. Now, as a start to finish experience, it's perfectly good, yeah, and I like it a lot, right? But I don't love it yet. Does that make sense?
I get you, because I'm the opposite, because I wasn't, I liked Confessions 1, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. I consider Confessions 1 one of her all-time greats, but that's the one great where it's like, if I'm going to go to a Madonna album, I'll go to Like a Prayer or Erotica, or I'll go to
Bedtime Stories.
Bedtime Stories is like,
I love that album, bro.
A minus for me. Like,
okay.
But it's still up there. Like my top ones are True Blue, Like a Prayer, Ray of Light, Music, and this one. And then I would put Confessions, Bedtime Stories, like just underneath them, The one thing that I had with Confessions 1 is I had to be in a mood to listen to it all the way through. And I've maybe listened to that one all the way through from the time it came out till now, maybe 4 or 5 times. And this one I've had on repeat like pretty much the whole month.
Okay.
Pretty much. Like every time in my car.
So the difference is with Confessions 1.
Yes.
In the UK, it was so ubiquitous that you would literally go into a shop and they would just be playing the album.
Yeah.
You'd go into any bloody shop and they would be playing the album. It was that ubiquitous, right?
Yeah.
So I agree. I don't think it's like the greatest album of all time, whatever. However, there are songs that just broke through into public consciousness in a way that on this album they haven't done. Yeah. which is understandable because this was 20 years ago, right? So that's fine, and that's not a problem.
And this is also designed to be an album listened to all the way
Yeah,
through.
exactly.
Yes.
They are very different feels, right?
Yes.
So ordinarily, this would be much more of a Jessel album than Confessions 1. Yeah. I'm talking about Confessions 2. But I feel like Confessions 1 has those moments which just hook you in, like Hung Up and Sorry and stuff like that, right? They were just these, in the UK, they were just like these monolithic songs that were just everywhere. You could not, they were the definition of inescapable, right? Whereas on Confessions 2, there's nothing really like that, yeah. Now, if I'm in the mood, I will put this on, and from start to finish, it is strong throughout, without a doubt, yeah. And there are some really, really good moments, right?
Yeah.
But it just hasn't grabbed me in the way that it's grabbed you yet. I hope it does at some point. But why don't you talk about like why it's grabbed you so much?
She made a couple of statements before the album came out, and she was like, she didn't want to make an album about singles. She said she wanted to make it. She said from the beginning, like, I want this to be about the album itself. I want to be about, and it's kind of hinted at it in the song Everything, where it's like, I just want to make an album where like the album is the star of the show, not the singles. When I listen to this, like when I drive my car, I listen to this, I don't skip any tracks. I don't skip it. And sometimes Madonna is known for, even in her all-time great albums, like there'll be like a song or two where like, oh, I might skip that one and come back to that one later.
Yeah, definitely.
But this is the first one out of all of them, even all the great ones. Maybe even Ray of Light, which people consider the high water mark. Sometimes I can skip a song or two with that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but with this one, when I play it, I'm going through the whole entire thing, and the fact that the structure is kind of like, it's a concept album where it's like you're in the club and she's giving you all these spiritual like edicts, and then at some point in the album, she starts getting personal, and then that second half is like this is where it's, to me, is stronger, especially in the back half as compared to Confessions 1, because the back half is like she starts reminiscing about the stuff that she's either screwed up on or the relationship she had with certain people, and like that stuck out to me more as she gets to the end of the album, and I would argue if this was to be her last album, I can't think of any other song that she could end it on than LES Girl, kind of like that. Like, I think that's like almost a bookend to go all the way back around to the original Madonna album to see who that person is, kind of like there. Like, you're going through her with a relationship with Sean Penn, but that's a metaphor with her, with guys in general. Then you had the thing with her stepmom who died recently, and then you had the thing with her mother, and then you had the thing with her brother, and it's kind of like, and she kind of has like these lyrics that kind of like hint at what she's going to go at later on. So it's like, when you listen, the more you listen to it, the more you hear the lyrics in the beginning of the first half, it's like there are certain things she'll say, like she'll say something like fragile and a certain thing, and then it'll play out later on, that kind of thing, where it's like it's designed to be one piece. And like I said, I'm a person who was like, my favorite album last year was, because like I found the older I get, the more I don't care about singles and the public consciousness. I'm more into like albums that have statements of intent. So my favorite album last year was Lux by Rosalia, and it's like that felt like somebody who wanted to make an album, and then that had a complete thought from beginning to end. And like I want artists right now to take me on a journey with the albums, as compared to like, okay, give me the bop or give me the banger. You know what I'm trying to say? That kind of like that. Like just make an album where like I feel like I'm going on a journey, and I feel like the albums that I'm enjoying now these days are the ones that are taking me on a journey, which is why I like the Charli XCX one so much. But like this one felt like the album I compare this to kind of the most is kind of like the Death of Slim Shady, where it's like the artist is taking you back to what people think they were good at. Madonna's the dance floor, Marshall is the whole Slim Shady thing, and then as you go along with the album, it's like a commentary on their career in a sense. And then as you get closer to the end, you're stripping back all the artifice, and then you're getting the actual artist and what they feel about now and how they feel. And then when you get to the end of it, it's like it's two artists that are like coming to grips with their mortality, but they're using what they were good at to kind of express that whole entire thing, the whole entire through. that's why the album works so well for me.
I think that's a great summation. Yeah, very good. For me, I just hope it grows for me more, so I can get to more of a feeling of what you've got. So yeah, but I mean, as a DJ, me as a professional DJ, I respect the thesis behind it. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of the ones who will be like, why are more albums not effectively like DJ mixtapes?
Yes.
It makes sense on so many levels, right?
Yes.
And for her to do something similar, I don't. It's obviously not like a complete like for like, because that would be difficult, but for the way she's done it is very good.
Yes.
So yeah. It's definitely an album that I respect. It's just it hasn't grabbed me.
It hasn't grabbed you. It hasn't grabbed you yet.
But it's also been competing with a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Since the time it was released. So
and that's another thing. If this was I argued online. I was talking to somebody. I was like, if this was if the monoculture was the way it was before the pandemic, I think it would have been a lot bigger. But the miracle is that even within the fragmented monoculture, the album is still has a global fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not that's a miracle unto itself. And the fact where you just had a weekend where it's like, you said, going back to what you're saying about, what were you talking about? What was the song you said that was big? That
the UK number one. Yeah. The Sam Fender one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like right now on iTunes, like the Love Sensation song with her, the remix with her and Kylie, or it's like number 1 and number 2 on iTunes around the world, almost like 30 countries.
Yeah, that is big.
Yeah. So however you feel about the album, it's like the fact that even going 45 years into her career, however you feel about the intervening years between her electronica era, going from like Hard Candy to like Madam X, whatever like that, people have different opinions on all stuff like that, and that can be debated later on. But the fact that she came out with an album that maybe everybody's not like going gaga about it, but she has enough people going gaga about it that it's getting this kind of like solid thing. And like, I won't be surprised. Like, not that this matters. I'll be shocked if it's not like nominated for a Grammy and gets nominated. She may not win anything she may win, she may not win, stuff like that. But I won't be surprised where it's like a year end, she gets all these critical accolades and award nominations, stuff like that. I won't be surprised if this is the album where it's like, because you know how like the industry like their narratives. Like, oh, she made a comeback, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, shut up.
But also, I can see her, like, what she's done with Kylie, that remix.
Yeah.
I can see her doing a complete album of remixes.
You know what I said?
That's exactly what Charli XCX did with Brat.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I got a feeling, my theory is she's going to do a Brat, but it's not the same shit.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get the pop girlies to come on with her. I have a theory in my gut. When I heard that song Bizarre, I was like, there's no way she's doing a remix with Lady Gaga on that remix. It sounds like such a Gaga song. It sounds like such a song that Gaga would be at home on and some shit like that. And recently they've been cool with each other, so I won't be surprised that this will be the album where it's like she's been kind of like clearing up the beefs with people the last couple of years. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So that's my prediction. It will be like you're saying, Brat, but completely different kind of thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
my second favorite album.
So we've got Charli XCX.
Yes.
Now this is completely different for me, where this was only released, like 10 days ago? 12, I don't know, about a week and a half ago, maybe. And I have not stopped listening to this album. I have not stopped. It's only half an hour long, right? There's 11 tracks, half an hour long.
Yes.
And I have not stopped. Now, as someone who... Brat was my favorite album of the year, 2024.
Yeah.
Brat's Summer was amazing.
Yeah.
I saw her in her only London date that year, and it was incredible. Yeah, just like one of the best crowds ever been in. Like, it was a top 5 concert experience for me, right? Now, this year, she did the Wuthering Heights album. Now, I would say it's a perfectly good album. It's better than the film. The film is all over the place. Jesus Christ. Like, it is all over the place, yeah. But the album is solid, right?
Yeah.
It's actually had a couple of hits from it on radio, which is good.
What about The Moment?
The Moment, did you watch it?
I can't watch it because there's, by the time I try to go see it, it was already gone from theaters, but there's no way for me to watch it online yet.
Do you know what's really weird? So I watched it in the cinema, right? Yeah. Absolutely loved it, yeah.
Okay.
And then really soon afterwards, like 6 weeks or something, I swear it was on streaming, yeah. And I was like, that's weird. It's like already on streaming, yeah. And then it went, and now it's nowhere unless you buy it. And I was like, oh, fuck's sake. You know what I mean? It's just like, because it's really good. I think you would love The Moment, actually.
I heard it's kind of like a piece with the way this album is, the theme of the album, in a sense.
Okay, it's a deconstruction of Brat Summer, yeah?
Yeah.
And like the whole Brat movement in a very overt way.
Yeah.
But also it has a lot of themes that lend itself to this album.
Yeah.
Where it's like, who am I? What makes me happy? And why am I doing this? You know, like who am I doing this for? All this kind of thing. So, you know, she talks about this on the album, but in The Moment, it's done in a very sort of funny, quirky way, right? Where it is kind of a mockumentary, but it's a very multi-layered mockumentary where it's kind of like taking aim at corporations, at record labels, at other artists as well. And it's funny because I was reading an interview. So on Pitchfork today, actually, they had someone spend a week with Charli XCX at Lollapalooza, right? So in rehearsals, in the lead up, and then around the actual performance of Lollapalooza, which was a few weeks ago now. And I actually ended up watching the whole Lollapalooza gig afterwards on YouTube, and it was phenomenal. Now, to the point where I actually got slightly annoyed, right? Because I was like, this is actually better than the Brat concert, you know, because and they're explaining why in the interview, because they have now got like 25 truckloads of all this stuff. She had 20 dancers with her this time now, whereas in Brat she had no dancers at all.
She has the money now.
It's not even that. I don't know. I mean, she does have the money now. But also with Brat, it was just this sort of like coming out statement of her as it was turn the concert into a club, right?
Yeah.
In a club, you don't need 20 dancers there, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with this was much more of a Kanye like kind of performance, and you would love it, yeah. If you watch the Lollapalooza thing,
I got it on hold to watch it. I got it.
Yeah. So I had it on hold, and then I'm glad I watched it today before the podcast, because a lot of things made sense after it, right? And she does like songs from this. She does a couple of songs from Wuthering Heights, and then she does some Brat ones, and then she does some old bangers as well, right? So it's a real good mix. But the production quality is levels above Brat, right? Which annoys me because Brat's my favorite concert. But like you can tell she has stepped up, right?
Yeah.
The ironic thing is, after Wuthering Heights, she wasn't even going to do anything. Yeah, she was saying, I'm going to take a break, right?
Yeah.
But then inspiration just hit her, and this was the inspiration. And music, fashion, film, sometimes you just get an artist in the moment who commits, and they just take that pure inspiration and turn it into something good. And they don't overthink it. And they've got their people, they've got their producers that they work with, and they're in a good groove, and they just take advantage of it. And this is the result of it. Music, fashion, film is a phenomenal album. It is phenomenal. The first time like people heard rock music, they were completely confused. But she'd been telegraphing for a long time, look, don't expect Brat. This is not going to be Brat, yeah. And if you watch The Moment as well, it was so obvious that whatever album, like a proper album, not Wuthering Heights, was not going to be Brat at all. Yeah, she is done with Brat, like really done.
When I heard rock music, I liked Brat. I didn't love it, but I liked Brat. When I heard rock music, I was like, this is my shit. As soon as I heard the noisy shit, I was like, yeah, I get that album.
Which I can understand. And there's a lot of... See, it's funny because even her producers not really... People kind of explain it as rock music, right? This isn't really rock.
It's not. I know. That's a joke.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah, which is the joke, right? And the dance floor is dead. Yeah, is another joke because the dance floor is clearly not dead, right?
You know what? Did you hear about the thing? Did you hear about the side story where it's like, where she said the dance floor is dead, and Madonna made a joke saying the dance floor is not dead.
Yeah.
And then it's like and then they showed up at the thing together. I was like, do you think that was planned, or do you think that was just happenstance?
I think that's probably planned.
Of course.
Reading that interview that Pitchfork did today, or the feature they did on Charli XCX, she now has like multiple managers. She has a whole army of assistants of social media, of this and that. Like everything is really, really now like focused, hyper focused. So I very much doubt it was just, you know.
They're beefing. They're not beefing, bro. This is just part of the rollout. Stop it, guys.
This was not like when Prince said that Sexy never left, and then Justin Timberlake ended up being annoyed at Prince and being like, "Oh, Sexy never left." Blah blah blah. It's like, I don't think there's anything like that.
No, it wasn't even close. Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, "Y'all trying to make something out of nothing." But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But interestingly, when I was watching Lollapalooza, I was like, "This is Madonna vibes to me." There were a lot of Madonna vibes going on. I think Charli has sort of leveled up year after year after year, and Brat was her breakthrough moment in many ways as an artist. I think as like a cohesive artist. And this is a really cohesive album.
Absolutely.
Well. Like I said, it's only half an hour long, but Spring Summer 26 is fantastic. Yeah. If ever a song encapsulates the moment in time that we are at right now, walking on a runway straight to hell, like she just nails it, And again, if she'd overthought it, she couldn't have done that song. Card Declined, I think.
Oh my god, that's my shit.
What a song! Yeah, there's 2 songs on this album that are really my shit. Right, there's Card Declined, and then there's Persona. Persona, I woke up with this morning in my head, and it has been on a loop ever since. Yeah. It is such a good song. So that and Card Declined, I think, are like probably my 2 favorites. Yeah. There's something like which is just so
it's tongue in cheek. It's tongue in cheek.
It's very tongue in cheek.
It's
but
punky,
she
it's
did
punky.
it. Here's the thing: she did that at Lollapalooza, and it worked so well.
It's tongue in cheek. It's so fun. Like, I remember Anthony Fantano was like saying that he wished he had more to it. I'm like, guy, that's the point. It's not supposed to be more to it. It's supposed to be tongue in cheek.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe as well.
Absolutely.
And in the context of the concert, it worked so well.
Yes.
Because, people. It's funny because at concerts sometimes I do criticize people because, the people closest to her were just like static with their phones out. Yeah. But it is annoying, but there were 100,000 people. So if you go behind and look there were people grooving all over the place. And a song like, they were moving, they were jumping, they were doing stuff. Right?
You know what it reminds me of? That song reminds me of? It's like when people didn't know that, remember that song from, God? Laughing on the court like,
Yeah.
Like,
that song.
You hate that song? Bro, that song works.
That's the one song I hate. Oh,
that song works. That song is so funny, bro. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me. This what God been like, back so swole like,
Hate that song.
Yo, in a concert setting, that song is amazing, bro.
I saw it at a concert. I still hate the song.
What? Oh my god, you don't be singing flex so swole like,
God. It's like Akon, took drugs and just.
But it's funny. It's so funny, bro. It's like to me, it remind me of that. It's like it's so tongue in cheek. It is so like.
No, I think was just about the groove and being like, I'm just going to chuck any words on this groove and let the groove. Yeah,
and you don't think she's trying,
and that's fine.
You don't think she's trying to be funny?
I mean, she's. It was trying to be a little bit funny, but it's so simple that it's kind of like just let the groove.
I was laughing at it, bro. It was so funny to me.
And then. Okay, what else? So Camera, I think Camera's a very good song.
Yeah.
Really good song.
The video's good too.
Very good. And then 2007 is a load of bollocks, let's face it. But it's kind of like, it's all right. It's fine. Whatever. I'm Afraid, very good song. Yeah, we've talked about Wink Wink. I have to apologize to one of my friends. She'll never listen to this podcast. But I told her to watch Wink Wink, but I forewarned her. I was like, it's a very explicit video. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the video.
I didn't see it yet.
Yeah. But she didn't believe me. Right.
Okay.
And I was like, you need to watch this at home with headphones on. Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. She ended up watching it and she switched off after 1 minute. And she texted me. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. But I told you. But also, I was like, that is like a shock value video. That is not like the average Charli XCX video. Yeah. That's like, she was just sort of taking the piss on that one. Mm-hmm. Persona, I think, is low-key one of the best 2 or 3 tracks on the
Magic Metal Montana.
Magic Metal Montana, I think it's a perfectly good song. It's just an ode to her producer, which is fine. I like it. No One Lost Forever is sick. Yeah, and watch that on Lollapalooza. Yeah, because she closes out the show with it. And the way she does it, I won't say it because I want you to watch it, but the way she does it is one of the most striking things I think I've ever seen in any concert ever. It is genius. Absolute genius. And I just love it in terms of the song itself. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love, it's like this... it's like a hypnotic chanting. It's got this sort of meditative quality to it, right? Yet it's split into 2 vocals. The sample, when he starts going, no one lasts forever. Yeah, they are dead, they're gone. No one lasts forever, they're dead, they're gone. But it splits into 2 vocals, and the tracking of them starts like diverging apart, so it's not on beat anymore, right? And it really does your head in, but it's brilliant. It's genius, and I love that song. I absolutely love it. So, Half an Hour. It is really pure artistic statement with fantastic music on it. It's not overthought, and this is an expression. This is what artistic expression can be when it's just like knocked out. You just knock it out, put it out there, and then boom, whatever happens. Don't try and make Brat 2, you know. And I think that was her whole ethos, basically. Zig when they zag, and that's it.
Hello.
What
happened?
No, we're still there, right?
Yeah. You stopped for some reason.
I said, that's it. Because no one lasts forever, Rochard.
Oh my God. What in the hell?
Hey, even this podcast won't last forever. One day we'll be dead, we'll be gone.
I was like, did the thing just click off? This guy.
Wow, I pulled off a shock value on Rochard after 10 years.
Goodness.
That's genius. So, okay, so what did you think? Because I've talked a lot.
No, I mean, I think you can be the lead on this one, because my thing is relatively simple for this one. It's like it felt like to me, because like I have this and Confessions 2 on the same playlist, so it goes from LES Girl into this one. So it feels like one piece, where to me it was like she's talking about her life, and then Charli goes into this one right here. So you know what? Let me qualify something. I might have a couple of number 2s this year. I loved Evanescence's new album, and I loved Gorilla's new album. And I'm trying to think, what else did I love? I liked, it doesn't count, but I liked the 9 Inch Noise album. So, like, those are a couple of ones. So this is, like, probably right up there with them, whatever like that. But getting back to this album, like, my observation on this one is I just want to do the podcast because I just wanted more people to listen to it, pretty much. But for me, it just felt like this tight, electro-punky kind of, don't bore us, get to the chorus, 4 feet on the floor kind of album, and I like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like dingy, dirty, kind of like that. Like I said, when I heard rock music, I was like, okay. Like I like Brat. I like a lot of the singles from there. But then this one, particularly Von Dutch. But this one, I was like, okay, she's being noisy, she's being obnoxious, and like that's more. I was like, since MIA is gone.
Yeah. Oh, but she used to love MIA.
I know, bro. Yeah. This should be
same with Rosalia as well. Rosalia, she was like Matangi is one of the best albums ever.
This should be the time that MIA should be flourishing right now. She has all these. She's at the.
No, she did it to herself.
I know.
We do.
I know.
Listeners, if you go back to the start of this whole podcast, yeah. It's because me and Rochard have the same birthday and we liked MIA together, yes. Right? You know, and that was the actual reason of this podcast, the raison d'etre of this podcast, right? And then after that, we just took it on and on and on. But
my anger is this: all these pop girlies right now, and other pop girlies, like you got other rappers too. Like you had this whole generation of kids who grew up with MIA. This should be where she's flourishing. Like this is where like she would have had the potential to like be on other people's tracks, but still making the art house albums that she wanted, and she blew it.
Yeah, she blew it big time.
But anyway, let's not talk about that. My heart's broken. But let me go back to Charli. But anyway, so Charli is like now at my fix. So now I'm going to, like, when school starts up again, I'm going to go through her entire. This is the one where it made me jump into her entire catalog, because I dismissed her a long time ago, because the first time I heard her was that I like song, and I was like, oh my god, another.
Which song?
Remember that one? That one where she's like the video where she's like like she's in the room with the girls on the beds hopping around.
Oh yeah.
I like it, and you know. I threw her with the Ariana Grandes and the Demi Lovato's and all those girls, and I was like, I'm good.
Okay, so I'm sure like Charli XCX fans will agree with me. There's one song that kind of changed the trajectory of her whole career.
Okay.
And that's Vroom Vroom.
Okay.
So before that, you'll have quite a lot of pop songs, a lot of collabos, a lot of kind of like almost enforced Atlantic Records kind of stuff.
Like how everybody else was doing at that point, yeah.
Yeah, right. And then she met up with, well, there's A.G. Cook, the producer, but then also someone called Sophie. Now, she talks a lot about Sophie because Sophie died recently, right? Yeah. Or like a few years ago. So very sad. But Sophie was a genius, yeah?
Yes.
And Vroom Vroom was like the line in the sand. It changed her.
It changed her.
It changed everything. And that's why it's such an iconic song in her. There is a video. The video is a bit shit. But the song itself is... I think you'll like it because it's the kind of one where
Fantano was talking about how good it was. He's like, okay. That's when he became a Charli XCX fan. He was like,
okay. He kind of just, you know how you always say, like, when you're driving around and you put the windows down, you want like the most obnoxious, like stupid, like crazy.
Vroom Vroom is that. Vroom Vroom is that.
Vroom Vroom is literally that song.
Okay,
yeah, like literally.
Isn't that like a mixtape or EP?
I can't remember what it was on. Like, also, this is the other thing with Charli. She's got a very messy back catalogue. Like, it's all over the place. Yeah, there are EPs, mixtapes, unofficial ones. There was a leaked album that never got released that had a lot of great stuff on it, right? And then there's her normal ones, which are like, you know, really either. It's funny. You listen to her very first album, yeah, And that's very MIA driven. It's almost listening to
the influence, because everybody was sounding like MIA at that point,
big time, 100%, right? And then you've got like different ones like I don't want to go to school, I just want to break the rules, and those are like big hits, yes, and like boom clap and things like that. And then the line in the sand was when she met Sophie, and then her, A.G. Cook and Sophie together, kind of it didn't happen instantly, but with Vroom Vroom and some other stuff around that era, it kind of started changing the trajectory of her artistry. And she was more like, who do I want to be? I want to be like a great artist. I just don't care.
You want to be just like a regular pop girly.
Yeah. And Brat was the culmination of that, where she married the artistry with who she really wanted to represent.
Yeah.
But also it just caught fire because it was so good. It's such a great album. It just caught fire. And then the moment, sorry, not the moment, the film, but in terms of, the Brat
iconography. The relevance. She became relevant, extremely relevant.
She went so viral, it was just insane, right? But it was deserved, 100% deserved. And then people started going, hang on, was she on that Iggy Azalea song? Hang on, was she?
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, they sort of woke up.
Right,
she's been around a long time.
That she's been on, but people are like, that's her? Oh, okay.
Bro, she's been around for like a dozen years.
I know.
And she's only 30, she's been around, she's in her early 30s. She's been around like 15 years.
She was around during the blog era, for crying out loud.
Yeah, like big time, Yeah. She is a real artist. And taking it back to the album cover of this, I love the album cover. I mean, I like the deluxe album cover better because she's in it, but having these legends in black and white is just such a statement. Yeah, it's such a statement. Yeah. This is what
this is how far she came. You can get these guys on here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a stunt. She's stunting on people a little bit.
She is 100%.
Yeah. Anybody who can survive the hipster runoff era and come out still relevant, you're all right. You're okay.
Yeah. But I think
what I miss. Speaking of that, somebody needs to do the modern era hipster runoff. That needs to be happening right now.
See, someone said that hipsters have become so commoditized that hipsters don't exist anymore, right? Because everything hipster is so mainstream now and it's become commoditized.
I just miss reading it, man. I miss just cracking up. It's good satire. I enjoyed it. But
yeah. All right. Well, I mean, was there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I just wanted people, like, I like doing these podcasts to get people listening to more music. I'm pretty sure enough people are listening to these albums right now. During the end of the year, when the end of the year list comes up, these two will definitely be on there. But I just like the fact that it seems like for the last couple of years, talking about the early pop girly years where you said they sounded like they did the beats in a minute, they had the collabs in a minute. It sounds like from Olivia Rodrigo to Charli XCX, all these people, like, they're doing albums now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of like 3 singles and like the rest of it's like fluff kind of deal like that. And I'm appreciating that right now.
Oh, Olivia Rodrigo is the real deal, bro.
Yes, absolutely.
Like she really is. Yeah. I mean, her new album's fantastic. I preferred Guts because it's just Guts is kind of like listening to garbage kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that era of music, you know? And I just love it. But her new album's fantastic as well. Yes. There are some great albums around, some great artists, and
I will say this: I think the last couple of years have been strong year for music. Not so much in like virality in the mainstream, but like if you want to go find some good music, you can seek it out, and it's there to find for it right there.
100%.
I think so. Even more so than movies right now. I think.
There is always good music around. Me and the boys were talking about it today in the car, and I was saying there's always good music in every era. Yeah, it's just like sometimes people, you just have to look for it or like have the right recommendations or whatever, And I think music's perfectly strong right now. Very good music, a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Charli XCX is such a glorious representation of what music can be right now. And pure artistry on multiple levels. She's marrying various things right now into this just incredible juggernaut. And like, bro, watch Lollapalooza. That show, fantastic, very, very good. And also, she's going to be near you, like in the States. You should try and get a ticket if you can. Yeah. Right. I think we'll leave it at that. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you, Rochard, as well. For the last 10 years. I think moving forwards, we'll probably just have the podcast still going, but kind of like few and far between. Will pop up at the right moments, like say for example in December there's going to be huge films in December. Absolutely. We'll look back on the year and stuff, but from now until December probably won't do much until then, because obviously it is like a lot on our time and stuff, and But we love doing it. We love expressing ourselves. So, yeah. So thank you to Rochard. Thank you to the listeners as well. And everyone who's supported over the years, because there have been a lot of you. Like, trust me, there are a lot of listeners to this podcast over the years. So we appreciate every single one of you. Right, we will leave it there. So it's goodbye from Rochard and it's goodbye from me. Peace.